Hello, good morning, everyone. Today we have Coach Robyn, carnivorous grandma. Even though she doesn't look like she could possibly be a grandma, she's here with us today. Um, right
Hey,
before
everybody.
we dive in, yeah, right before we dive in, I just want to remind everybody that we are running a summer sale on the Kiltz Health Coaching course. I put the link in the chat, and you're welcome to do the course and become a Kiltz Health coach, like Robyn. There you go.
Yay! You should
By the way,
definitely do
Dr.
it.
Kiltz will be here. Yeah, you should definitely do it. It's really good. And Dr. Kiltz will be here, but while we're getting going, Robyn, what does Dr. Kiltz say? How did you get into this crazy thing called carnivore?
Oh my gosh. It's a long story, guys. For those of you that may not know me, my name is Robyn Heron, and I am your carnivorous grandma. So good to be back with you, Alia, and with Dr. Kiltz. And at this 9 o'clock hour, I just came rushing out of a meeting, but I started out a carnivore on February 22nd, 2023. So it's been a little over 3.5 years that I've been carnivore. I actually found carnivore through, well, I heard of it. I had heard of it probably, I don't know, years and years ago. And I thought, who does that? That's crazy. Who's doing that? Who's eating only meat? That sounds like they're going to kill themselves or something. They're going to make themselves sick. But then I watched Dr. Berry transition from keto to carnivore way back in probably the 2020-ish time frame. Is that right? Yeah. Where are we at? 2026? Yeah. Well, around about 2020 or so. And I was like, oh my gosh. So since I'm a professional dieter, been dieting my whole life, why not? I'll give it a try. I thought I was going to be doing it for 90 days. But by the time I reached 30 days, I knew that there was no turning back. I was not going to be able to go back to even keto. I was going to have to be a carnivore. And as I go along, I keep seeing that I need to be a carnivore probably for the rest of my life. Dr. Kiltz,
I,
hey!
oh, so sorry. I was running to get here. They're pulling me everywhere, but I couldn't miss this. It's the most important day for me to see you. Robyn, how are
Yay!
you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. It's my
Yeah.
birthday today, you guys.
Happy
Happy
birthday! Happy
birthday!
birthday to
Happy
you. Happy
birthday!
birthday to you.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, Carnival Robyn. Happy birthday to you. Uh,
Woo! Thank you.
yeah.
I couldn't,
What have I
I
missed
thought
so
this was
far?
so amazing to have a wonderful meeting with Dr. Kiltz and Alia on my birthday. So I'm
Yeah,
very happy to be
yeah,
here.
and we're here. Well, I gotta cut out at about 10 till 5 till ish. But we're here to talk about what you are sharing and celebrating with your birthday and every other day. Why carnivore is the real cure in so many things. It's just so important.
It really, really is. I mean, I think about my perspective when I started on February 22nd, 2023. And I thought of it as, I'm going to do this diet for 90 days. I said 90 days because I wanted to see, I wanted to really give myself enough time to try it. No expectations. I don't know how I went into this with no expectations because Dr. Berry was literally talking about every single thing on this channel, all the different amazing health benefits. But I went in with no expectations except that I was going to do it for 90 days and then I would start adding plants back in. And then after I did that 90 days, I was like that carnivore zen set in. And I was a person who had extreme anxiety, like the kind of anxiety will keep you locked in your house if you're not careful.
Wow,
And
wow.
so by that 90-day mark, I was like this overall sense of well-being. I felt like my brain had calmed down. I no longer had all this racing thoughts, no longer had the food obsession that I had struggled with all of my life. And and so at 90 days, well, I say by 30 day 31, I was like, there's no turning back. But 90 days was like the game changer. It changed the game for me.
Is it, and you go around, you're Coach Robyn Herron, you go around the world teaching this, you shout it out. I mean, how many people push back? And do you take that pushback as run away or move forward?
I think what I do, so almost everybody pushes back, to be honest, especially when you say carnivore, right? They're like afraid of it because we've been taught that eating red meat is going to kill you. It's going to give you a heart attack. It's going to clog your arteries. It's going to do all this damage to your body. And we come to find out that that's actually not true. So I think what I have done is I have shifted, my own perspective has shifted from the idea that everybody needs to be almost a lion diet person, or everybody needs to be a carnivore, to, okay, you guys, let's talk about elimination of sugar. Let's talk about the fact that we have this huge overconsumption problem that is causing all manner of disease, right? Where we have too much glucose in our system, and that also driving too much insulin, causing insulin resistance, which causes all these different disease states. And so I have gone from being purely dogmatic about everybody need to be a carnivore to, okay, you guys, let's talk about elimination of sugar. Truly, if you want to eliminate sugar completely, you're going to go towards a primarily meat-based way of eating, but some people don't want to give up their vegetables. That's where the struggle is. They're like, I grew up eating this stuff. It's got to be good for me. And so I've kind of softened my approach, I think, and more so talking about elimination of sugar. So I'm doing where I think 90 days is perfect, but I'm doing a lot of these 7-day challenges. Let's just try 7 sugar-free days and see what happens to your body. Let's see if you feel better. Let's see if your inflammation starts to go down. And a lot of people, when they try that 7-day and they're able to actually do a 7-day sugar-free challenge, they realize, hey, I'm having problems with sugar. Some people identify that, if I eat sugar, it makes me itch, or my joint pain comes back. So I've kind of softened and changed my approach a little bit because people are scared of the word carnivore, and it's a struggle. People are pushing back on that.
What's a simple description of carnivore?
Sugar-free.
Well, our
primarily animal-based way of eating.
Right. So really, it's an animal-centric, low plant-centric diet. Simple.
Exactly.
Because I mean, let's see. If I have a big salad 3 times a day from Taco Bell, or from Mexico, or from anywhere.
Oh my goodness!
Even in my own backyard, if I add lettuce 3 times a day, along with some maybe slices of chicken breast, am I a carnivore?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Or
you could be on something like a carnivore or a ketovore, if you want to label it, right? It depends on how you want to label things.
What about fat in the diet? What's our problem? Why do we are so afraid of fat?
I think that we have been taught to be afraid of fat. I remember the days when they said butter is going to kill you. Like switch to this seed oil, blue, everything's better with blue bonnet on it. The country crock. People are still eating that. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so animal fat primarily. I remember both my grandmothers having a container that said bacon grease on it on the back of the stove. And that's what they would use for cooking. That's what they would use for seasoning. My grandparents used to use lard, and we switched from all of that animal fat, which is what human beings need, to these processed seed oils. I mean, I'm looking at Crisco going, What are you anyway? Some kind of conglomeration of plants that they've made to look and descented it. But yeah, so fat is like a primary macronutrient. You have to have fat in your diet, or you will not. You won't be thriving. You won't be surviving. You're going to be struggling if you don't have fat in your diet.
So if I'm eating a chicken breast and salad, and I'm putting a little bit of seasoning with a little bit of oil and vinegar. I'll use a little bit of olive oil and vinegar and some seasoning. Is that a carnivore diet?
I would not call that a carnivore diet, because a carnivore diet is going to be a high fat protocol. It is a high fat. So meaning you're going to eat the fatty meat. If I'm having just a little bit of chicken breast and I'm not adding, any kind of fat to that, it's a lean plant-based way of eating. Even when I was on keto, I think that my keto diet was a high plant-based way of eating, high fat, so I ate a lot of cheese and I ate a lot of sour cream and all that kind of stuff. But I still, when I look back at my keto plate, it was primarily plants. It was full of broccoli, full of spinach, full of cauliflower, and with just a little bit of meat. Now I did, eat the chicken thighs. If you want to eat chicken, get the thigh with the skin on it and go ahead and eat that skin. Eat the fat. I just remember like picking off all of the fat off the chicken thigh, thinking that part was the dangerous part. It's kind of crazy, but as I think about it now.
I did Atkins, Weight Watchers, and then I used to I would do spinach, chicken, even lean beef. I put a vinaigrette, olive oil, balsamic vinaigrette with some pine nuts or walnuts, and some cranberry or craisins in that. And I had kidney stones, bowel bleeding, arthritis, psoriasis. And 15 years ago, maybe about 20 years ago, I found paleo keto. I got a little bit better. And 15 years ago, I found carnivore, where I eliminated all that stuff, right? I don't eat chicken, fish, turkey. I don't eat lettuce, salad. And I go to fatty, rare to raw. We were at the Hilton Fields Hotel in Skinny Atlas last night. I'd never been there. They had a tomahawk, amazing steak, black and blue, butter on it, radical. And now I got to go back. That
sounds amazing. That sounds awesome. I think this plant-based way of eating is very problematic. And I will tell you my story a little bit about that, because I always thought there's no such thing as a nice salad. You know how people be like, oh, I'm just going to have a nice salad. I'm like, there's no such thing as a nice salad, because I always disliked salad, especially like that iceberg lettuce. I thought, what use is this stuff? It doesn't taste good. It doesn't do anything, right? Come to find out that lettuce causes my hands to blister.
Wow.
So no wonder I didn't like salad, and various different other foods that I just was consuming, because this is what we're supposed to have. You're supposed to have a salad every day.
Oh my God, roughage.
Exactly. You gotta have that fiber. Right? It's just so crazy. And so, I found that they're truly, for me, that the plants are hugely problematic. Dr. Chafee, he says the plants are trying to kill you. For me, that actually is true. The plant toxins do not agree with my body. And I found, as I have tried different things over the time that I've been a carnivore, that the plants truly do cause problems for me. All this blistering and stuff that I have in my hands are really caused by too much plant matter. And the anxiety too. anxiety was exacerbated by plants.
Well, and so, right, because heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nicotine, caffeine come from plants, and plants are made of mostly sugar. That's why I don't use the word carbohydrate, because plants are essentially poisonous for humans.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we're doing the right service, because sugar is actually not our problem. Plants are, because there's sugar in meat, but small amounts. And they're different sugars that are on the plants. And that's our biggest challenge, isn't it?
I think this added sugar is a problem, though, Dr. Kiltz. I really, really think that added sugar, all these packaged processed foods, the high carbohydrate foods are a huge problem for human beings. We're not supposed to have this amount of sugar.
Right.
So I think it's a huge problem.
Right. But plants are the mostly poisonous substance most people take. And sugar that we're talking about comes from plants. And I would say that small amounts of cane sugar or honey infrequently is not your problem. The problem is
small amounts. Keyword small.
Of course, but I don't use heroin. But I do breathe the air, right? And I sometimes smoke a cigar with Mitch, or I fly a plane or drive a car, right? But again, because I'm not an addict, I'm a human being that knows what to put in my mind and my mouth. And I think that we're basically still, the simplicity is we're lions, and we can eat small amounts of sugar, but we should focus on mostly fatty meat, eat less frequently. Bingo.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that when you go carnivore, you find yourself automatically eating less frequently.
Yes.
I mean, some fasting is definitely, I do like a fast maybe once or twice a year, a longer fast.
Yeah.
But you will find that you're just, all that hunger that we had was because of the highly addictive processed packaged foods. And I mean, definitely sugar. I used to say this with my husband, like sugar talks. When you get that in your system, it talks to you and tells you, you need me. You need that candy bar. Like in the afternoon, you're going to crash unless you have a candy bar. And so, yeah, I think that you will automatically eat less frequently when you, eliminate those plants and sugars from your diet.
But when we use the word sugar, where does sugar come from? Plants.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
And the problem is, and this is where vegetables are very toxic, because they come with the fermentable products and they come with the microbes, and ultimately fruit, fiber, vegetables, seeds, nuts, and salad are more harmful for you than a small amount of ice cream from time to time.
Yeah. For me, though, I'll just go into my, like, for me, I can't tolerate dairy, which is something that I found out. So there is no ice cream for me, sadly. I was a very cheesy person when I first started this way of eating. I ate cheese almost every single day without just the knowledge that it was really causing a lot of problems for me. A lot of what I'll call insulin resistance, those two black eyes. I had two black eyes. I had this skin problem, inflammation in my face. And I really cannot tolerate dairy, except for butter, a little bit, like maybe a moderate amount of butter, but no sour cream, no heavy cream, no cream cheese, no regular cheese, none of that stuff. It all causes like this hand blistering. And so it really is problematic. In fact, it causes blistering kind of all over the body, but the hands are the most noticeable thing for me. So I love that some carnivores can tolerate and have ice cream. I wish I was one of them, but I can't even make my own ice cream because I can't tolerate the dairy at all.
Well, milk products are for babies out of a mother's breast, and
Hmm.
ultimately, any amount is not necessarily good for us,
Right.
but most people can tolerate some milk products. But in my opinion, they should be raw milk of
Mm.
full fat, and I tolerate it very well, and I'm not. I don't worry about it. I don't. But I have. I mean, one of our biggest problems when we talk about weight stalls and people that want to be skinnier, although in a famine being skinny is kind of deadly. Uh,
Right.
the biggest culprit would be milk products. Would you agree, Robyn?
I totally agree. Totally agree. I actually did that, like Bella. She's amazing. She was doing the
Mhm.
stick of butter a day. I
Yeah.
actually tried to do that.
Oh,
And
oh,
when I ate a stick of butter a day, I gained 10 pounds. So Butter Bob says a stick of butter will make your pants fall off, but not in my case. That stick of butter definitely did not work for me.
right, right. But but is it better for a baby to be fat or skinny in our ancient environment?
Definitely fat. You want to have fat on your body for sure. I think that carnivore is amazing in that way because I really feel like I'm gonna say it puts all the fat in all the right places on the body. It
It
makes you
does.
shapely.
It does. But what other animal tries to be skinny?
None. None.
None. None. What
We're
other
so
animal
smart.
do you what other animal do you see purposefully exercising to lose weight and or be healthy?
I
None.
don't think that that is something that crosses the animal. We're so intelligent, right? That we have
Yes.
figured out how to mess ourselves up. Yeah, yeah.
It really is kind of crazy ideas that we're bringing. And the carnivore space, modern medicine has embraced carnivore, is sharing it with everyone. That's the news clip of the day.
Mhm.
What world are we living in? Not that one, right?
Crazy world. We're living in crazy world. That's what we live.
I
But
mean, our
we
good
live in the
friend,
upside down and backwards world is where we live, where,
right? And
good things that are good for you are called bad, and things that are bad for you. 100-calorie pack is not good for you. Like, why would they call that healthy?
right, and so is a Mediterranean diet scientifically been compared to a carnivore diet in any scientific way that we can say, wow, what a great study?
I have not heard of one. I have
So,
not
can
heard
we
of one.
claim that Mediterranean diet is better than a carnivore diet?
No, I think not. And not even like anecdotally, right? So if you think about the anecdotes that we hear, and they're calling these anecdotes, but there's thousands and thousands of people out here who are recovering, changing their health trajectory through changing to a primarily meat-based way of eating. And so I don't hear the same kind of information coming out about any other diet that is literally causing people to reverse diseases that have been chronic and irreversible for many years. And I just have never, ever, I've never seen anything like it, including with like veganism, vegetarianism. Some people say, yes, I feel really great. Some people get really sick on like a vegan diet. And I just have never seen anything where the people are saying, I'm healing my body with food, like the way that I'm seeing with carnivore.
I'm a doctor that is in full time practice. It's a hard thing for people to hear, listen to, but it's the one thing that I've learned personally. I've done it. I've seen stories, listened to stories, seen people who have done it. My daughter did it. I've seen babies' fertility show up, endometriosis fibroids even shrink, endometriosis go away. I really think that, we're here. I mean, Robyn, I'm sure you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars sharing this online, but if you made no money doing this, would you still share it?
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Yes, because, and Dr. Kiltz, I know that you know this because I've told this story many times with you. When I was out here looking for people who looked like me that were talking about carnivore back in 2022, 2023, there was nobody. I couldn't find anybody. The Black Carnivore had shut down her channel. She'd stopped talking. And I'm like, there's this amazing protocol that you can follow for healing that nobody is talking about. How can this be? And so, yes, I started my YouTube channel up to talk about it. Plus, my family was like, okay, do we have to talk about carnivore again? I'm like, yes, we got to talk about it again. So I had to have a place where I could just talk about it as much as I wanted and share this information. And so, I'm seeing that the community, like the African American community, is coming on board slowly. And there are a few more African Americans out here talking about this. But when I started, I couldn't find anyone that looked like me that was talking about this. So yes, I would do it for free, and I do it for free.
I look at it like talking about Christ.
Yeah.
It's our mission to share the wisdom and the words and the way of the Lion King, Christ, the Lion of Judah, and how he shared his mission and message. And our job is to share the wisdom and the words of Christ and carnivore. And Elizabeth, who raw vegan, had fibromyalgia, healthy carnivore, all gone. And during COVID, the number of women, pregnant or not pregnant, especially Black women, women of color, was increased significantly. And I believe our plant-centric, low animal fat-centric diet predisposed them to more inflammation. And it was devastating.
Absolutely. Wow. I completely agree with both of those statements. The first thing is that I really, truly believe, and I'm a Christian, so I know everybody's not a Christian, but I truly, truly believe that the Lord is doing this in this season to bring people back to health and, a natural way of eating rather than eating all of this packaged processed foods. I think that this is really the direction. And I do look at it as a ministry. And in fact, I feel that ministries have a huge responsibility to learn about ways that people can heal their bodies. Because, the scripture says, I would that you would prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. But we forget about the being in health part. We leave that part out, and we see the body of Christ suffering with all of these chronic diseases that are just literally passing away from lack of knowledge. So I totally agree with you. I think that this is a ministry for sure. Yes. Wait, I haven't seen that one yet, Dr. Kiltz. I'm gonna have to get that.
We're going to make sure we get a link. I think it's on Amazon KDP. We're working to get it.
It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
Oh, yes. I'm going to have to get it.
I think whether you're Christian, atheist, agnostic, whatever your religion is, it's the most amazing human philosophy. If we look at all of this as human philosophy, and we'd rather live like a lion than a sheep anyway. I don't want to be corralled in a pen. I want to run free and wild. And that's what I'm here to do. And I'm in the medical system. I'm not trying to get out of it. I want to speak the wisdom of the words of Christ around the globe and how important thinking, living, and eating like the Lion of Judah, Christ, is what we all should be doing. And again, you could be an atheist, or you could be a Jew or a Muslim or Hindu or Buddhist. These are human philosophies. And bringing peace around the world is what we all should be working towards. Let's all put the weapons away. Let's simply have a barbecue. And if you want to bring salad, go at it. We're not here to say you can't do these things, you can't eat them. I even have some French fries sometimes. Oh my God.
Ooh. No, you didn't.
Uh-oh.
I did. And I do. But what's my primary meal? It's fatty, rare to raw ribeye steak with butter and salt.
Yes.
Period. One meal a
Yes.
day,
Yes.
99% of the time. And this radical, this is science. Because the Bible is not a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study, and neither is Mediterranean diet.
Right.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. I totally agree with you on that. It's the principles I love about, what the Lord taught was that this principle. So if I think about my life, I mean, I made so many bad choices. Whereas if I would have been following the way, I may not have because of the principles that are there. And so it's about principles, and it's not necessarily about being a Christian or being any religion. It's about a set of principles for living. And so that is what I truly, truly believe in. And one of those principles is that you be in health. And so that's our goal, is to make sure that you have an opportunity. I want to make sure that you know that your health trajectory is in your hands. It's not in the hands of your physician. It's not in the hands of the FDA or the food pyramid or any of that. Your health trajectory is in your hands, and you have some control over that based on the choices that you make. And so that is the thing that I want people to be aware of. Like, there's a great viable option out here for you to change your health trajectory, especially if you're finding yourself sick with all of these autoimmune conditions and high blood pressure and things that type 2 diabetes easily reversible when you change it's a disease of lifestyle. So why don't we change that? And that's what I'm looking for to happen.
Teresa Yates Glass, what is she says, we were told fat was bad for us. That's why you cut it off. I had to retrain meat fat is good for you. I had to keep telling myself meat fat is good for you. Meat fat is good for you. But I see so many people in the protein sparing world saying low fat, and it is bad, protein poisoning. A protein centric diet is deadly for humans.
Yes,
it should be a fat-centric diet, because there's no such thing as protein in the world. You either eat animals or plants. That's it. That's why I don't use the word carb. I use plants. I think that's the straightest story in all of this.
It's a little difficult, though, Dr. Kiltz. I have to be truthful with you, that these people out here do not want to hear you cutting up talking about their plants. They love them. I think about my family members. I mean, we got this beautiful garden at our church where we're giving away plants and stuff. And I'm like, of course, it's sustenance food, right? If I needed to eat it, I would eat it. If I couldn't get no animals for some reason, I would have to eat it. But definitely, they do not come for my plants, because I grew up eating that.
I honor plants. I have a great garden, and I will eat some plants sometimes. But why do I choose a French fry over a salad?
Yeah, because it tastes good. That's why.
Nope, that's not why. That is absolutely not why. Okay, so number one is we are omnivores. We are capable of eating animals and plants. Living on a plant-only diet is a deadly diet. The reason a potato is better is because if you eat the core of the potato, no skin, what microbes are in it? None.
I don't know.
There are none.
Once you cut it open, it's got some.
No, it does not. No, the core of a potato does not have microbes. The salad does. Remember, all the outside fruit, vegetables do, but the core inside. Now, there might be a worm, but that's not our diet in general. But you don't eat raw potatoes. You must cook them well But again, you guys got to be honest. When we use the word carbohydrate, we don't know what we're talking about, because we're talking about something that doesn't exist in nature anyway, because a plant cell contains fat, amino acids, and sugars, but the plant cell contains a cell wall, which is made of glucose. But plants also contain more microbes because of the ground. So that's why white potato and even white rice and wheat is less toxic, because the microbes aren't there if you only ate that thing with a lot of fat. But that's not what people do, right?
No.
Right. So again, we're scientists. Let's be, because a protein-centric diet is poisonous or healthy for us.
A protein-centric diet is going to be poisonous for us. We need to be a fat-centric diet. But what I want to say is, what Dr. Kiltz is saying is so true. But join my coaching, and then get into my classes where I'm going to teach you a different level, right? So we got to talk at the basic level at the beginning, where I can talk to you about sugar and carbs and all of that. But when you get into my class, I'm going to be breaking all of that down into what kind of Dr. Kiltz is talking about, like how it really works, the mechanisms within the body, those kinds of things as a coach. But when I'm first talking to somebody, I'm going to keep it at very basic, because when we get down to the cell wall and the glycation and glycosylation, the walls go up. They don't know
tell
what
me,
you're talking
Robyn,
about.
why do you think it's important that everyone become part of the coaching experience, get some coaching? Because in my sense is to empower everybody to control their own health and their own medical system too.
Yes, I think that is a big key. Even if you're not going to become a health coach right away, you're going to become one, because when you become a carnivore, you will automatically start talking about the amazing benefits of carnivore, right? So you'll become a coach. You're going to become an advocate. But when you get into the class and you learn some of the underlying mechanisms, and you start reading the books and hearing the lectures, you get into that coaching community. It's really, really beneficial for you to understand what's going on within the body, right? And then how to teach it also. So the becoming a coach has been, I was going in the direction of coaching. I started my practice last summer at Impact. I mean, I basically launched it there. And then I joined the coaching class and was able to round out, my philosophy on how all of this stuff works, and learn more details about it, learn more of the biology and the mechanisms of it, and and then be able to start to teach that to people. So becoming a health coach, you guys, if you haven't done it yet, Dr. Kiltz, first of all, Dr. Kiltz is Kiltz coaching is absolutely amazing, and it's a great deal. If you like to get a deal, you're gonna get a deal, because you're getting some really powerful information for a very good price.
I want to empower everyone like you to take control of their health. And ultimately, the medical system makes it complicated, and they're trying to keep you out. Right. I want to open the doors to make sure you have all the information. I do believe you can live an omnivorous life and be healthy. And that's the part of keto, I think, is keto, paleo is great, but faith and fasting, add more fat, cook the plants well, eat less frequently, bam. But if you're not better, what should we do, Robyn?
Carnivore. You need to eat beef. You need to eat beef, and you need to eat the fatty beef. Get yourself some ribeye if you can afford it. If you can't, get you some ground beef. You need to eat beef because it is so nutrient dense. It's so bioavailable. The cow has literally done all the work for you to break those plants down.
What poisons are in meat?
None that I'm aware of.
So is our problem plant poisoning? and low animal fat, because ultimately, I mean, every cut of beef, to me, beef is the best. You can do pork, you can do lamb, goat, you can do chicken, fish, turkey, but who's allergic to ribeye steak?
Come on.
Nobody.
Only the
Nobody.
alpha gal people.
But alpha gal is not an allergy to beef. It's because you've been bitten by a Lone Star tick that then makes, but the allergy goes away and so ultimately, I just think it's all bunky wonky. Menawa, Menawa, what did she say?
Hey, Menawa.
Hey,
me too. Me too. I love beef and lamb.
She loves beef and lamb.
What about the community that we've all come to here, and how? I mean, look at we will. None of us would really have crossed paths without this carnivore keto of a community.
You got that right. Community is such a big piece of what it just matters so much. I mean, that I can come in here with my friends, I can kick it with y'all on my birthday morning. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people in the chat that I know, you know, from the community. And then when you get online and you get on your YouTube and you see all these live streamers going live and you just pop in and say, hey, it's just so awesome. Now, people are different levels of dogmatic. Okay. People are literally different levels of dogmatic. So you can expect some of that. People are going to people. They're going to person. That's what we do. And so, you know, you got to take what you can take some things with a grain of salt, do your carnivore your way, in my opinion, but you just need to make sure that you're eating the fatty meat.
Fatty meat's all we need to eat.
Addicts are human. People who have had struggles with addiction are definitely human. I come from a background of dealing with addiction. What I can say is going carnivore has relieved a lot of those addictive type behaviors. It's what I like to call my mental illness. It was like racing thoughts and high anxiety, chronically obsessing about food, all of those sort of you know, they call it addictive personality. The addictive personality stuff went with carnivore. It went away. And so you see people that are curing or healing from addictive behaviors by changing to a meat-based way of eating, where they no longer need cigarettes, or they no longer need marijuana, or whatever, alcohol, all those different things.
Well, Robyn, then actually you're not an addict. You've been poisoned by plants, and you've been also trained to call yourself an addict, but you're not. And so I don't like the word addiction. I don't ever use it. I'm addicted to life. I'm addicted to that part of it, but I think that
I'm addicted to breathing air and eating meat. That's
right. But I guess, again, they're trying to blame you for your genetic or predisposing addiction, but you've just been brainwashed, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's completely right. And in so many ways, they have been trying, and I'm saying they, the broad they, have been trying to blame us for our condition, right? When it's really by design that you are overweight and you're struggling with these health conditions. The system has all of these toxic plants and packaged processed foods have caused a problem. And then we look at you and say, you caused this problem. You need to eat less and move more. And that does not work. And so when it doesn't work, then you're still the problem because you just haven't done it good enough. You haven't done it right enough. But when it really is, what are you consuming? Yeah, you need to do some movement, but a lot of people are getting a lot of weight off by just changing what they eat. You know, becoming more healthy, more metabolically healthy by just changing what you eat. But yes, we do need to get movement. We need to have sleep. We need to reduce our stress, all of the things. Start with the food. The food is like the biggest part of the problem. We need to eliminate all the packaged processed food and seed oils and plants are a huge problem for human beings. So it's not your fault. but you can take it back into your own hands and change your life by changing what you eat.
I'm not on my fast. I actually gave it up yesterday, 2 days. I'll get back on it. It wasn't the most opportune time, but I do my 1 meal a day, fatty meat, salt water, best I've ever done. And I have faith in God, Christ within us. And I always say I'm healthy and well. I never claim a disease. Maybe our system is labeling you, and then they go to all these parties. We're gonna have our MS group, our Parkinson's group, our cancer group. Let's all celebrate. Yeah. Oh, and here's a drug for you. And ultimately, this is like, it's wrong.
Yeah, right. If you can heal your body, you don't need that drug. That's what I would like to see. I'm seeing so many people just afraid to heal. It's just really, really sad to watch.
Yeah.
To see people that are they're just afraid to try something different and see what would happen. But what you've been doing your whole life. You've been doing the same thing your whole life, and where has that gotten you? So you can take it into your own hands is what I recommend and what I talk about all the time.
Yeah, and we were told, eat the vegetables. You can't have dessert unless you eat we were rewarded for eating poison. Right. Which caused me to have terrible problems throughout my life, but God gave them to me. I'm not going to chastise them. But it is, Max D, it's like, you had to eat the vegetables or you would be kicked off, right? You can't have the other heroin, right? The cookie, cake, and ice cream.
Yes. It's so tough.
I love it. All right, Juliet's here. We got
hey, Juliet.
And we got so many people just stopping in around the globe. Robyn, I appreciate what you're doing to inspire everyone in this world. Is there a meetup coming up in Michigan?
There is, and guess who's going to be there? I can't wait to see you. Hug your neck. Dr. Kiltz is going to be there. Yes, we're having Impact Meetup and Eat Up with Carnivorous Grandma and Friends right here in Kalamazoo, Michigan on September 5th, 2026. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing day. I'm so excited. We are going to be screening the Healing Humanity documentary at that meetup, and I'm very excited. Carrie and Emma will be here, and Dr. Nelson is supposed to be here, and Nurse Laura, Laura Russell. So many amazing carnivores. All of your favorite, well, I'll say all of them, but many of your favorite influencers will be there. So you get a chance to meet them, shake their hand, have a one-on-one conversation. So it's going to be a really, really great day. And I'm super excited. And I'm looking forward to meeting you here in Kalamazoo. I think I gave you a link, Alia, in the private chat.
Everyone there.
Yes. So, y'all, the tickets are selling out. They're almost sold out.
Yeah, you got to get there. We'll be there. Come meet us. Come hang out with Nelson, Kiltz, and team. Hammer down. Hello, diagnosed with AFib a year ago. Started eating carnivore, now 80 pounds lighter, and the heart is back into sinus. And basically, by the way, obesity does not cause that. It's the plants that are poisonous and cause the inflammation, and that's all. You can be 400 pounds and you'll heal on this way of living. Come on in.
Yes. That one's all close to my heart because my father-in-law had that. He had a major surgery, like triple or quadruple bypass, died on the operating table. They brought him back. And guess what kind of diet he's eating? Yeah, high plants. And I'm like, come on. Try something different, please.
Are deadly for humans. Eat the fatty meat, rare to raw, black and blue. Add the salt and butter, and it's healthy for you. That's it.
Absolutely. I like that little poem. Was that a poem you wrote?
I just made that
up. Look at you.
Eat the meat, be the master. Eat the mush, be weak and meek. It's all it is.
Exactly.
And we've all been domesticated to eat. I call it kibble. Right? Kibble.
You are
kibble.
Right. That high plant-based way of eating is to subdue you. So you
That's
will
all
not
it
have
is,
sexual
right?
urges, and that you will be very calm and submissive. So yes, eat the meat and be the master.
That's it. Do we have any other cues in the? We want to hit a couple of these cues real fast, Alia. We got to cut off in about 5 minutes.
I do, but my laptop stopped working, and I'm trying to look at them from my phone. Let's see.
Oh, let me see if I can. Well, my thing doesn't work that well sometimes.
We're having a good day today.
Sardine challenge. I can only eat one tin at noon. Feel full, awesome. 2 days today. Nice, Elizabeth. Simple.
Good job, Elizabeth. Yep.
Yes. Awesome. Get rid of the plants. Amy, get my coffee, though. I need it. You don't need to. Again, I did 2.5 years no coffee. I've been back on it about a year. I feel fine. I use some caffeine.
I did a year. I took off for a year, but I'm back on it and I'm okay.
I think we got most of these. Let me just
did.
go down the list here. We are
Why are
carnivores.
carnivores so happy?
Yeah.
We're happy to be sharing the
What do
good
you
word,
think?
y'all. We are sharing the good word. I don't know that carnivore in and of itself brings joy, but having less inflammation on your brain probably makes you feel a lot happier, a lot more carnivore zen, less racing thoughts, less anxiety, less depression, all of those things. Yeah.
We got to get Georgia Eat on one of our 9 a.m.s. Maybe Chris Palmer separately.
Oh,
We got so many
Yes,
people to add to
you
the
should.
conversation. I agree with
Absolutely.
you. Carnivore is the happiest diet you could ever be on.
Mm-hmm.
Carnivore help with lymphedema? Jessica Olstrom. What do you think, Robyn?
I think so, yes. There may be some additional things that you could do, such as shake plate or, but maybe hopping on one of those, what do they call that little thing? The little trampoline.
Vibration plates?
Yeah, the vibration plate and the little
rebounders.
mini trampoline, the rebounder. Yeah, so
rebounder.
some things like that could help move your lymph, and then there's also some, tapping and things like that you can do to help with lymph massage. Yeah.
Lymphatic massage.
And a good friend,
Drainage.
Lisa, she's a big one on that. Pickard.
Yep.
Kiltz's books on Audible. We'll work on that. Ollie is working on it.
I'm working on it.
Nice.
Jerry, $99 for the course. It's a value, $4,000 value. We've been selling for $400. We now got it for $99. Let's get more and more people join the Kiltz Carnivore Coaching. It's the most affordable coaching course. You deserve the power to control your own health care. And we also talk about mindset and be the master.
How many in my family are eating carnivore now? So about 3, I think, that are truly carnivore. Some people are trying to eliminate reduced sugar. Some people are trying to give up their, packaged processed foods. Some people doing variations, but only a couple are actually carnivores.
All right, Robyn, where can people find you?
CarnivorousGrandma.com.
Right.
Carnivorous Grandma on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can find me all over the place.
Tribe will have a link to Coach Robyn Herron, and we'll see her in Kalamazoo.
Yep.
Alia, any announcements for the community?
If anyone has any questions on the coaching course or would like more information, please feel free to email me, alia@drkiltz.com, and I will happily answer those questions. I take calls and I answer questions for people. We want
to grow the community. Kiltz Body Tribe is for free, nominal for the course. We want more and more people to help with that. I got to go. I love you, everybody. Goodbye.
Love you, Dr. Kiltz.
Love you, Robyn.
Bye.